which the Commission has to do to prepare.
In a bid to strengthen public trust in Nigeria's electoral process, the Independent National Electoral Commission is considering a full audit of its election technology and a mock presidential election ahead of the 2027 general election. Professor Joash Amupitan disclosed the proposal while receiving the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Dr. Richard Montgomery, at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. According to Amupitan, the measures are aimed at addressing concerns that emerged from the 2023 general election, particularly regarding the reliability of electoral technology.
As we are aware, the United Kingdom has been a steadfast and highly valued partner in Nigeria, democratic journey. And just as you have stated, not just in terms of democracy, but in terms of partnership in every aspect. The United Kingdom has been a very worthy and very good partners in Nigeria. And our shared commitment is to build a sustained, independent, resilient institution capable of safeguarding the sovereign will of the Nigerian people. And as we approach the electoral milestone, your visit today highlights the strength of this bilateral friendship. I want to say that the last time we met was at the UK Nigerian Security Dialogue some few weeks ago, and you are always very warm to Nigeria and to Inec. And I still remember what we discussed, that, oh, since you came in, the elections have been seamless, but we are waiting to see what will happen in Osun State, and also the general election. So I wish you were around. You see, we are around during the Osun election, so that you'll see and witness it yourself. But even if you're not around, I'm sure they will give you a report, because your people have always been on ground. I want to say that the relationship between Nigeria and the UK evolved beyond election assistance to a strategic partnership focused on strengthening democratic institutions, for which we valued. And although I'm just 8 months, and I am called chairman election, because as soon as I came in, within 2 weeks, I had to face a major election. Another 2 months, FCT election. Then we have the Ekiti election, and now we are preparing for Osun election. So within these 8 months, I've not really had the space to be able to relate with you as is expected, but I want to thank you for your persistence and taking the time and the pain to see us again. And I believe this is the first time you are coming during my tenure officially to the Commission, although we have met in some occasions. And we need to also state very clearly that we value this relationship. You have added value to this country. I watch the manual, your presentation, even of some other people that came from the UK during the UK-Nigerian dialogue. And you are genuinely interested in building the nation, and also in seeing Nigeria as an emerging democratic force, not just within Africa, but globally. I want to say, I keep saying this anywhere I go. I just returned from Egypt, and then when it seemed as if they were trying to ask people to speak, I put up my hands, and they were not quick to recognize me. But when I had the opportunity of the microphone, I said, oh, you know what? The biggest democracy in Africa wants to speak. And they were all enthused about that. So that is the beauty Nigeria brings to the democratic continent, that emerging as the leading democratic country. We're not just concerned about protecting our officials, we're also concerned about protecting our infrastructure. We are more particularly concerned about protecting the citizens, especially the voters on election day. We also have regular quarterly meetings with civil society, with the media, and other stakeholders, just to carry them along about what we are doing, preparations for the elections. In terms of the legal framework, you are aware that we have just, sometime in February, the Electoral Act 2026 was enacted. And that is the present law that is going to govern the 2021 from Ekiti election. That was the first time we applied that act. And you talk about compressed timetable, especially for political parties. I also inform you that in the same way political party activities were compressed in the new act, so also our own schedules in Inec are also compressed. For instance, the period of our funding is 6 months, not 1 year as it used to be, and so many other things that we're supposed to do. So we just have to operate within the legal framework. And consistent with our powers under the Electoral Act and the Constitution of Nigeria, we have also enacted our own internal regulations for the conduct of the affairs of the political parties, and also regulations and guidelines for the conduct of the 2027 general election. Therefore, decided we've been working on improving on our technology. I just inform you that instead of changing our technology, because of the time, we decided to improve on the existing technology. So we have also evolved a technology whereby you can have a self-service voters registration. That is online registration. You don't need to visit any Inec office anymore, but you just have it even on your tab, and the process of the registration is completed. We started this a week ago, and we have gotten some very good, positive comments and of people that have tried that.
The British High Commissioner pledged continued UK support for Nigeria's electoral reforms, expressing confidence that cooperation between both countries would continue as preparations for the 2027 general election gather pace.
I had the privilege earlier this week to be invited to speak alongside many others at the National Assembly Open Week. And it was a very vibrant display of the National Assembly opening up its doors to citizens, to civil society. And there's been a robust debate on various constitutional, all the big issues affecting this wonderful country. So I had the privilege to speak there, and a lot of the themes were about the importance of the upcoming elections in 2027. So my team, we are very grateful for the insights that you, sir, have given us, some excellent insights into the logistical and technical issues at stake, and the very hard work which the Commission has to do to prepare, not just for gubernatorial, but for the 2027 elections. And as you know, sir, we would like to regard ourselves as partners in your democratic journey. The UK and Nigeria, we have such strong links, seen not least in the strategic partnership signed between my government and the government of His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic, President Joash Amupitan, back in 2024, and more than symbolized by the state visit in March of His Excellency, the President, to the United Kingdom. A state visit which had a lot of substance as well as ceremony because of the stronger economic ties between the UK and Nigeria, and indeed the stronger ties on a whole range of issues, including security and defence, but also migration, justice and home affairs issues on which we have a very positive dialogue with the Minister of Interior and others. So we have a very strong interest and investment in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So I hope you will take our interest in your democratic process as a sign of support, both moral and in a small way, some practical support that we have been discussing with you, sir,